so welcome back to the channel.
You know just what you do to me. Play my emotions like a pair of puppets.
I think I have been shooting this video for months now because I started it reading for quite a long period of time. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have officially completed the first series of the book, and of course all those things. Yeah, I went to a trip, Dubai trip. I enjoyed that trip. It was so beautiful. It was also the update of going to continue reading the series or not. So like those things. So basically, what is A Court of Thorns and Roses ACOTAR series by Sarah J. Maas. Sarah J. Maas is considered to be one of the most popular and adored contemporary writer in fantasy fiction, and are sold like around 2 million copies, something like that, and it's a high achievement for being an female author. And series Throne of Glass series was her first series. Then though it was very famous and it's sold, and it's still one of the most popular and cherished series by her fans. ACOTAR series actually made her quite popular amongst the all other countries. ACOTAR is an adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, so you kind of get the whimsical nature of the Beauty and the Beast in this first part of the book. A 5-part book. So one is the third one, A Coat of Wings and Ruins, and there are like 2 more books. First one is actually about, as I said, it's the adaptation of Beauty and the Beast. In the fair is the main protagonist. She is like the breadwinner of her family. She has a very mean sisters. Their father, who's like doing nothing much to support their children. Are living in a world where they are like differentiated by a wall, where on one half there are the fairies, and the another segment or another part lives the human world. Good to kill fairy, and she apparently kills one, and another fairy in the shape of a wolf and a beast comes and takes her. But when all think that she will be killed, she is not killed but taken as an hostage to his world, and there she is seen and lots of magic, and she for the first time in her life actually enjoys being a living being and enjoys her life. But of course things doesn't go as planned. She comes to know that what is going on in their world, and she's been asked to go back to her world and things like that, and she goes and saves Tamlin, the main protagonist, and there she comes to see more of the fairy world and what goes and how she survives the magical world. All becomes the Court of Thorns series. Is a fast paced, but I wouldn't say that it was a fast paced for me, because I remember I did not get connected to the fair character. So I started listening to the audiobook. That really helped me because I was listening to it while doing the chores. Of course I did not record it, because mostly when I'm listening to audiobooks, either I'm cooking or sweeping or cleaning, and I look the best in a very sarcastical manner, and I do not look good. So it's not quite easy for me to tag along my phone everywhere I go and do those things. So
Actually keeping it.
the major question appears for me: did I like the book? Did I like the book? Yes, I did. Like, do I want to continue reading? Yes, I want to know. Like, what? For starting ACOTAR series, I was sure that I'm not going to read the series. I don't know why I felt like that. So I saw lots of fan arts. Of course, when you're on Instagram, you kind of see lots of fan arts. So I saw lots of fan arts of Fair and Ryzen, and I was like, when I was reading through, it was Tamlin, and I was like, I did not know Tamlin and Fair were a thing. I thought it was Rice, and then I was like, okay, who cares? I did not get invested too much into the book, so I made a wrong choice. Then I don't know. After the first book, I knew who the hero was. I don't want to reveal it to you. But then I read A Court of Mist and Fury. Night Court? Yeah, Night Court. Read the second part. I listened to the book, of course, ebook. So I swallowed it, I can say. It was working. It was quite easy because it was like in the background noise and you kind of know what is happening. It was enjoyable for sure. Is it like a 5-star series for me? I don't know. I'm not quite sure about it. Did I like Ryzen? Yes, I did like Ryzen. Did I like Fair? That's a problem, because these fantasy fictions are mostly in the first person point of view. So it's mostly like I did this, Fair did this, Fair did that. So it's not a narration, it's more like what she's going through. You're seeing the world through her eyes. So most of the time you're inside their head, like Fair's head. I do not enjoy reading too much in their head. This is seconds, or after a lot I was like, okay, I get it. Come on, girl, get me out of here. Like, show me some other things. I want to see like wider spectrum of characters and places and people, so it was not a thing for me. Then I got the second book, I completed it. Then of course everything got very busy because then I had a trip planned for myself. I had I went to a trip, Dubai trip. I endured that trip. It was so beautiful. It was enjoyable. After 3 years, I took a vacation to myself. But before that, I released my own book, so I was really panicking about it. I had anxiety attacks and things like that. Of course, you're releasing a book. It's not it's not an easy thing. It's my own book, Rubinite, which I will tell you after a bit. So then I saw in the airport this book, and I thought that I probably should buy it. Then I remember that I will increase my baggage in the flight, so I just like, okay, no. Then of course I had the ebook also, so I tried to listen to it, but I did not. Then I don't know if it's just the exhaustion after the trip, or is it the book that got boring? I don't know. And I have also heard from multiple people that this is one of the driest, but many people really enjoy this book. It's more of the war part. You kind of I just ended up sleeping. That's the basic thing. I ended up sleeping while listening to the story. Then I came back, then of course everything got very busy, work and thing. I started reading it again. Then what is the page? I just read like 38 pages of this brick of a book. Okay, it's a 720 pages book, so Harry Potter Goblet of Fire was a brick book that I read. It's a huge commitment. I'm not ready. I don't know. I just got disconnected with the characters for now, but I will pick it up. I will read it again and I will share my opinion and view, because I invested a lot of money in this book, so I don't want to go wasted. It's like watching a movie. Not every aspect of a movie it might enchant you, but the world that this writer creator Sarah J. Maas has created, it's commendable, it's appreciable. No wonder people actually kind of worship her because of the magnitude of her imagination and the way she builds everything. It's as a writer, I think like it's a huge thing. I really appreciate her and respect her for that. Rubinite, your girl has written a book, Rubinite. So if you're someone who enjoys books like this, fantasy fiction, but you want to see something in Indian context, like with characters speak with Malayali name or Indian names with speaking magical terms in Indian context or Indian terms, you might probably enjoy this book. It's called Rubinite the Cursed One. It's the first part. It's a book one in the 3-part books. So it's a curse. But Rudra, she is a mermaid and a half human. She lives amongst other humans in Kalpan, where in disguise, of course, and she has her own life. She just looks like you, she speaks the language like you, she runs her own business, and everyone thinks her to be a human being until one of her colleagues comes to know that she's not a human, but she's a mermaid. That, wait for it, someone else is trying to kill her. But why and how her life get interlinked with his, and what all other magical beings he comes across, and how Rudra navigates through her life becomes the entirety of Rubinite the Cursed One. It's a short book, it's very simple. If you're someone like my friends who enjoy thriller and fantasy, you might probably like Rubinite. Just give it a read. I'll link here about, or I will put it in the description to buy, where you have to buy Rubinite. Or if you want the physical copy, you can directly contact me. You can find me on Instagram. Here I will share the link. So that's all for the ACOTAR series. I'll see you again later. Bye bye.